Welcome to my life on paper. I am Brianna, and welcome to May I Scraplift You, which is a series started by Pineapple Papers, and that is Crystal. I am scraplifting today Ginger from Ginger's Corner on YouTube. She is Ginge_corner on Instagram, and I will have that listed below. Today, so in the corner, you can see my lift from Ginger. It is her daughter Jillian. Jillian is with a J, and this is my daughter Jillian. Jillian with a G. You can see her daughter in the picture was much younger. I think our daughters might be a similar age. I'm not sure on that, but this is a picture of Jillian in front of the castle at Disney World. We went there last February, and this is one of my longer videos. It took me a long time to make that cluster up at the top. So I've already gone through all the 4x6 cards, and I found this magic itinerary, which I thought was perfect. I've been scrapbooking some of the photos from this trip and really haven't done anything as far as journaling. And I know we all have favorite rides, food, shopping, treats, photos. We didn't meet anybody, although we did kind of like pass some characters, so maybe we can add those as well. I have 3 different chipboard pieces from Echo Park. Here you can see the chipboard Access and the chipboard, what did the other one say? I don't have it by me, but I have 3 sheets of those chipboard pieces. Oh, phrases, yep. So I'm just going through and looking to see what I have, and I have other things from my stash as well. And things get moved around a lot on this page before I decide on anything. Here you can see in Ginger's layout, her upper left corner, she's got some kind of banners there. So I just went through my pieces, my scraps, and I grabbed out a couple. And then I angled the bottom of the one piece, and then I followed the same angle for the other piece. And then I will layer those up in the left corner, but I'm going to quickly realize that Ginger has a frame on her layout, so I want to do that too. So I kind of lay it up there, and then I'll take everything off and I will trim that white background and layer it up on this black piece. And I think I just take a 1/2 inch off of 2 sides, which just gives me a little bit of that black frame. It kind of holds everything in onto the page. There we go. I use my ATG adhesive, and I did receive on Black Friday, I bought a whole case. It's going to last me a couple of years. I did receive that. It's from Tape Jungle, in case anybody's interested, and I do believe I have it linked below. I will fuss around a lot with the placement of this photo and the card, and it takes me a long time to even get glued down. So I fuss around with it several times when I shouldn't even have been worried about it at this point. I know I want a little cluster in the right corner like Ginger did. I know I want some like banners on the left, and I'm going to make a big embellishment cluster on the top there, which gives me the biggest problem. You're going to see a lot of stuff that does not make it on the page. It's just stuff I'm throwing out to see if it's something that I would like. There's some fireworks there. There's a sun. I know I want to use the castle somewhere. I think it's at this point that I decide the castle is going to go where her rainbow is. That big element up in the left-hand corner. And then I do like that lamppost, or not lamppost, it's a big clock, and it says time for fun, and that's going to stay in the right lower corner. She backed her photos. I'm not going to back the other card, but I do, some of these cards I've had for a very long time, and I just have so many of them. I thought, ooh, this is perfect just to back this picture and just give it a little bit of color. So I did trim down the photo so that the card stayed 4x6 and the photo still fits on it. And I didn't lose anything except for a couple random strangers to the left of the castle. So that was perfect. I'll get those adhered down. And then I think it's at this point where I will glue my photos, or the photo and the card down, because I know that's what the direction is I'm going. And I overlapped just a little bit. Now my photo and card is taking up more real estate than Ginger's. I have a 4x6 and hers looks smaller. I use one of these little 2x2 squares that say, "May I have your autograph?" We did not get any autographs. And so I just trim that off and use the backside for the stripes. This is a piece of that the red and white polka dot was just a scrap from my table. So I thought, perfect for little fishtail banners to the left. And then I'm going to go to grabbing some chipboard out that will decorate the banners there. The rest of this video is me trying to figure out how and what is going up on that banner on the left side. I do hunt for something still on the right bottom side, and you'll see me now decorating the left bottom side, but the majority is taking the inspiration from Ginger's layout and really trying to figure out what kind of a nice substantial kind of cluster I can get that helps tell the story up in that left corner. So here are more chipboard accents, and I take out several things that I'm not going to use. I think you'll see, oh, but I do like all those little, there's a whole bunch of little circle stars, and so those, I almost use them like enamel dots throughout the page. Oh, and I found that camera that goes on the right bottom corner, so I was happy with that. And there come all the stars. But I just didn't want things just like seeming to float out there. The piece on the left lower corner says smile. And since I know I like what's going on in the right bottom corner, I will adhere that down. And then you'll see a lot of things on the top left. Move around. I get those little circles glued down on the bottom there. I do use adhesive for some of them, the ATG adhesive, and then I also, and some of them I'll grab out my liquid glue. I use Barely Art Glue, that works really well. And I end up, I don't know when this happens, but I even get another little banner to go up there next to those other two. Oh, and here I'll glue it down. Here I'm looking at that yellow. I think the yellow would have gone really nice on the other side. I didn't look at the other side, but you know, the floral with the red and the white and the blue and the yellow all goes together. So it doesn't look bad, but Jillian's got that yellow shirt on, and I don't know why I didn't use the other side. And I'm going to do this the easy way and just trim it once it's glued down. It's not the easiest, but I get the desired effect. So here we go. Trim it down the easiest you can with making it straight, right? Not perfect, but straightish. And then you see me figuring out, oh yeah, I could use some purple up there. So I first purple, oh my goodness, yellow. And I first grabbed this one, it's too wide. And instead of trimming it, I find a different piece of yellow paper. Now, some people might call that lazy. I call that, you know, being time efficient, one, and you're working with the paper that you have. So there you go. You just need a little bit of a trim, and it's perfect. And it gets mostly covered up anyway, so it's all good. And if you look, Ginger's banners are awfully covered up there as well. So, but I like it, just gives it more color up there. And even though you might not see it, you still see it, if that makes sense at all. So, you know, I'm working with this castle, and I just decide it's not kind of substantial enough. And so the one thing I have to do is find something to really help that castle stand out. I like the magic banners because Ginger's got Hello Sunshine. I'm like, okay, these are my letters that are going to go in place of the Hello Sunshine. And then initially I thought about, there was a card with like half of a Mickey head on it, and I thought about that, but that wasn't necessarily going to work. But then I pull out this card that has the love on it with the polka dots, and I've got this 3-inch punch. I believe it's 3-inch punch. 3.5 inch punch. And it's I think it's a recollections punch. Yeah, it's a recollections punch. And sometimes it just doesn't punch. Um, all it takes is for you to like let up and try it again. I don't, it's some kind of mismatched thing. It's not like you have to force it or anything like that. If it's in the right spot, it works. So I go off camera, I do that, and that is my big, this becomes my big kind of rainbow, kind of just to hold the whole thing together. So I'll get that down, and then the castle is part of that other, all the other embellishments that's going on there. I use magic. Now this, the magic is on a polka dot black background. The love is black. They're a little bit different shades of black, which helps it kind of the magic part stand out a little bit. So even though it seems like there's a lot of black going on there, there's a lot of color with that as well. I move up the castle so that magic can lay there nicely. But then the next part that gives me a difficult time is what's off to the right of that like rainbow and on top of um the words. So it should be some kind of a nice cluster. We want it to be big and drawing your eye in. And so then I work with the fireworks. And again, I've got those the circly bits that are kind of as my enamel dots. But I mean, this isn't enough for me. Like, I just missing something. The fireworks are just kind of sitting there. I really want to put some kind of a flag there, some kind of a sign. I'll try a couple different things. None of them work right there. It's just not grabbing me. I don't know if it's not colorful enough, not big enough. I need, and then I finally figured out I need something more flat to kind of go underneath there. I do have a pack of embellishments that are just regular embellishments from Echo Park. And so Wish Upon a Star, I thought that was good. It's up in the sky, perfect. And it's kind of an anchoring point for some of those fireworks. And so then I know we're getting closer, but I'm still looking for something else. So I keep digging through what I have, and I'm liking those stars again for kind of like enamel dots, but I just want something else to kind of finish out that big cluster up there. And I'm still not sure what that is, but I'm looking through everything to see. And here comes back to this flag. I guess I really wanted to use that on there, and it does not end up on there. So back to the Wish Upon a Star, back to the fireworks. What else is going to go there? Keep digging. Oh, this is where I should probably say, hey, look below. See everybody that's playing along with May I Scraplift You. There, it'll be all listed below, as well as Ginger's information too. I tried the ticket doesn't work. Here I have a punched Mickey head. I do have this punch, and I have a couple in my stash, which reminds me that I have a punch. And I kind of like the way that fills out. Now, I overlapped one of the stars with the Mickey head. I really like that. It doesn't end up there, unfortunately. I kind of forget about it completely. I mean, not that I forget about it, I just don't layer it on top of the Mickey head. And that kind of looked like a good idea. But the stars do get layered around. The Mickey head gets glued down there, and I wasn't exactly sure. I didn't want a gap. I didn't want trap space. So the Mickey head ends up moving down a little bit just so that there is no trap space in there, if that makes sense. Leave me a comment below if you're not understanding what I'm saying. Sometimes I do get tongue-tied. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. Sometimes I can't think of the right word. So yeah, if any questions at all, please leave me a comment down there. I love hearing from everybody. It really just makes my day when I get comments or new subscribers for that matter. So feel free to subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Here I'm using my Barely Art glue to get down those little pieces, those nice stars, circly things. I glue down the Mickey head. I'll get the Wish Upon a Star. I will glue those fireworks down, and that is getting to the end because that now I feel like it's complete. That is making me happy. It's similar to Ginger's, very different than Ginger's, but you can definitely see where I took inspiration from her layout. So thank you to Ginger for allowing me to scrap lift her. And that is about it. Have a fabulous day, and I would love to see you again back here at my channel for another video.